it is. Season's over. Obviously, it's difficult, but there are plenty of reasons to be proud of this team and how far they've come and all the expectations they've exceeded. It's bittersweet, obviously, because it's been such a ride, but it comes to an end. We're going to get into why you should be proud as a Bucs fan, but first we got to give credit where credit is due, and that is to the Detroit Lions. I think the Bucs, went into an insane environment. You got to give their fans full props. They've been waiting forever for this moment, and they showed up for this moment. It was tough, and I think we just lost to a better team. I thought the Lions were a better team than the Bucs overall. Obviously, you just hope with this Bucs team, you hope Baker gets hot. You can expose the Lions secondary. Mike Evans, he had a hell of a game, and you saw flashes of that. There were moments where we went away from that, but let's just get into the recap of the game. Plenty of missed opportunities, obviously. Started pretty early on. Bucs get a stop 3 and out, and then we turn around. Mike Evans drops the ball, and of all people, I'm not even gonna say his name. I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to see him again. I like the Lions. I like the team they have. I love Dan Campbell. But both of those safeties, him and Kirby Joseph, I do not like those guys at all. Hope the rest of the team, go on, do your thing. God, I need McCaffrey or Kittle, or if Debo plays, I need them just run through one of them. Because I want the Lions to win the next game, but just run through them. Just embarrass them. The rest of the team can do well. Anyways, missed opportunities. Mike Evans drops that pass, picks off, and, Lions go down to the goal line. Another huge dropped interceptions, Jamel Dean. I really don't even want to do this. I don't want to talk about missed opportunities. We can go on and on about missed field goal or how Todd decided to rotate the defensive linemen. The Lions are a smart team, and they're a better team. They won the game. It's ugh. As a fan, you just want to go back and be like, oh, if we would have just did this, if we would have did that, we lost to a better team. Credit where credit is due. Congrats to the Detroit Lions. And like I said, I really don't even want to go through the entire game. It was fun. It was a fun game. The Bucs kept fighting back, and the Lions never wavered. They held their own. They never let the Bucs take the lead or gain too much momentum. And that's how you win playoff games. We know that. That's how you win playoff games. You got to hold strong. Damn. And then Baker Mayfield, you just got to feel for the guy. I mean, he goes out there. Obviously, that first interception, it was high, but it was definitely catchable for Mike Evans. And I'm not even going to get on Mike Evans because he turned around and just had an amazing game. That was most of our offense. What do you have, like 140-something and a touchdown? Nothing bad to say about Mike, obviously. And Baker throws that last interception. The pressure might have gotten to him. Down 8, threw one over the middle. Great interception. Props to that linebacker. And that was that. Baker said after the game, it just felt like my heart got ripped out. And I'm sure all of us Bucs fans felt the same way. But soon after, the emotions died down. I'm recording this a day later now. And, I'm proud of this team. 2-3 years ago, we saw what a super team looked like. Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Gronkowski. We know what a super team looks like. We know what a team with all these crazy weapons. And you go to the defensive side of the ball, that defensive front, and Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, Jason Pierre-Paul, prime Shaq Barrett, Levante David behind them, and prime Devin White when he was balling. That was a super team. This team, not even close. We're looking at a team full of first and second year players who we just had to throw in. You had to throw them into the fire because we were paying off the Tom Brady tax, as people like to call it. We're $80 million over the cap. That's first, maybe second in the entire NFL. So, we're throwing out those young guys. And none of these experts, none of these analysts thought the Bucs could do anything this season. Everyone had us winning 5 games and picking in the top 5. We had all those Caleb Williams mock drafts. Those are long gone. We found our quarterback, and the Bucs will find a way to re-sign Baker Mayfield. That's a promise. It's going to happen. I have zero doubts about that. Baker wants to be back here. He said it after, and Jason Light wants Baker to be back here. Mutual interest, it's going to happen. Going back to what I was saying about expectations, we surpassed those by miles and miles and miles. No one had us winning the NFC South. It's the worst division in the NFL. They picked us to be last in the NFC South. We ended up winning it. I just said, I know, it's the worst division in the NFL. But we won it when we were picked to be last. And then we go into the playoffs. We're underdogs against the Eagles at home. We blow them out. Go on the road. We lose to the better team. There's no shame in that. Like I said, this was supposed to be a retool, rebuild, bridge year because we had all this dead cap and we couldn't get really any players. We're playing a bunch of rookies and undrafted free agents. Made it to the playoffs and made some noise in the playoffs. You got to take pride in that because as Bucs fans, we have our 2 Super Bowls, but outside of those, few years there, we've had some rough times. So times like this, enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed it like I did. This season was a ride. Probably one of the best rides I've been on when I'm looking at past years we've had. I mean, we come out hot, 3-1, and then we lose 6 of 7. We're 4-7. Everyone's counted us out, and then we win 6 of 7 to finish off the year, and we make the playoffs, and we know what happens from there. But insane season, and being there for all of those games. Went to every home game, and then I went to Lambeau up in Green Bay, being there in Lambeau for that Packers game. Baker Mayfield, perfect passer rating. Like, there's so many memories I'll take away from this season, and proud. So obviously, like I said, this was the bridge year. It was supposed to be the bridge year. We made it to the divisional round. Next year we have some money. Obviously, a lot of that is going to go to keeping guys that were already on this team. Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Antoine Winfield Jr. Hopefully we get to keep Levante David. I really don't think Levante goes to a different team. I think our biggest competitor is retirement, and they got to get those guys back. And I think Jason Light knows what he's doing, those guys in the front office, and I think they'll get those guys back. And that combined with, maybe adding a couple budget players here and there, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We tried a Ryan Neal out this year. That was like a budget pickup. Didn't work out. But you go to Shaq Barrett a few years ago, that was a budget pickup, and look who Shaq Barrett turned into. You can find those diamonds in the rough. And then that combined with the draft. Love how Jason Light has been drafting. So adding a couple of those budget players, a whole nother draft, I think we can do something. And all of the young guys that got playing time this year, those first and second year players, I mean, Cansey, Yaya, Trey Palmer, McCullum on the back end, KJ Britt. I know he's not first or second, but this is the first real playing time he's getting, and there's big opportunities. Servassier Dennis, he got to see some playing time this year. It's those guys all improve, bringing in a new draft class, bringing some budget players. We're cooking with gas. I believe that. So as I get this YouTube channel ramped up, I've got some equipment coming in. Please subscribe, follow along this journey. Bucs, Lightning, Rays. We're gonna have all of that coverage here. Plenty of Bucs offseason news that will just carry on because the NFL never stops. That's the train that never stops, is the NFL. So stay tuned for more on the way. What you're looking at me right now, this is me talking into my iPhone microphone, and this is my iPhone camera, and I'm about to take this off this tripod and record or edit on my iPhone. So stick with me here. I got a microphone coming, I got a PC coming, I got camera, lighting, all that stuff. Please like, subscribe, all of your Tampa coverage. And man, like I said, what a season. Proud of the guys. And off season is long. I'm going to be so ready for next season. I feel like this off season is going to be a long one. Football off season always is. Excited for these next few games. Detroit Lions fans, if you've made it this far, doubt you have, but if you made it this far, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way. Go Bucs, baby.